Apocalypse Now, on the other hand,
yes, is that worth watching? I have not seen it.
Apocalypse Now is what's funny about Apocalypse Now as a movie is like that's a movie where they got Marlon Brando to be in it, to be like the main bad guy, and he was like, okay, but I'm not wearing pants the whole time. And they're like, okay, we'll shoot him from the waist up. And he's like, yeah, and you can't light me. And they're like, what? He's like, I have to be in the dark.
What?
Yeah. And he's
so he's always sitting?
Yeah, he's not lit up. He's in the dark.
So
is the pants thing like an old tale, or is that?
And he was like really bad at knowing his lines in other movies. So like in Godfather and stuff, he like looks around as he talks, but everywhere he's looking, there's copies of his lines pasted behind the camera. So he's actually looking at his lines because he's bad at remembering them.
Oh, that's true. A little addendum though on the on Apocalypse Now. The reason that he's in the shadows and dark.
Oh yeah,
only see his face. Taylor, the man showed up 50 or 60 pounds overweight.
I think it was more egregious. I think it was like over 100. I think it was like 100, 150. They wanted like it was supposed to be this handsome young actor, and he was like the biggest, fattest monster.
So his character. So here's the premise of Apocalypse Now. It's a really good premise. Martin Sheen is a lieutenant or something like that, and he's been in Nam for a while. He's been the shit. He's battle hardened. And his superiors are call him into a meeting, and the meeting has a lot of like A-list actors later on.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. This is stacked. Lawrence,
yeah, great movie. You're actually lucky. I'm going to rewatch this movie.
And they tell him in this meeting, like this top secret meeting, we want you to go into the shit. This colonel, he's one off the reservation. He's over in Cambodia. He's working with some kind of crazy stuff. He's not obeying orders. He's killing this. He's killing that. He's not listening to reason. And he's like, so you want me to go in and get him, bring him back to you, bring him to the real world, something like that? He's like, no, we want him gone, eliminated. They want him to kill him. They're sending him on a seek and destroy mission against their own colonel. And so he has to go on this Lord of the Rings-esque journey, sort of like, because he's like off the grid, right? He's not regular army. He's not anything. He's a man being sent by the CIA and maybe the Marine Corps to go take out a colonel. So he's like, sometimes he's with like those guys on the boats, that do the river patrol. And then he's in they're like one of those shows where the Playboy bunnies came and like put on a show for the soldiers. And like, he's making his way through country to get to the colonel. And the colonel, again, is supposed to have been off the reservation, badass colonel. Now he's got like his own Cambodian hit squad, and he's been living in the jungle on fucking rice, beans, and fucking hate for the Communist Party. And you get there, and my man has put on some mask. They light him,
the bad kind, right?
They light him with flickering candlelight, and he's sweating profusely. So much so that they must have been dousing him with water, or it's the sweat of a very morbidly obese man in actual Cambodia, I think, or Vietnam, wherever the fuck they were. They went.
Yeah, so it's humid as shit. It's Southeast Asia.
It's pouring off of him when he delivers his lines, but it's still, he's such a good fucking actor. He kills. I remember the horror. It's so good.
You know what he used to do also?
It's like 3 hours long.
He used to show up on set.
There's 3 different versions.
He would show up on set, and his first take, he would purposefully not act that well. And if the director was like, okay, and they were too intimidated to tell him what the fuck, he gave that level of shitty acting the rest of the movie. But the first day, if he did his take and you were like, what? No, you're going to have to do better than that. He would be like, a real director, I'm going to work for you. And then he would give 120%.
Marlon Brando?
I knew it was going to be.
Have y'all ever seen The Island of Dr. Moreau?
I was just going to link a picture of him.
All right.
I've seen a Simpsons episode
Have
about
any of you ever read?
I love that we went down this hole together. I wonder if we were going down this hole at the exact same time, you and I, wherever we were in the world.
No. I watched that movie. I watched The Island of Dr. Moreau on HBO or Showtime when I was a kid, like 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there.
No, I just meant all these facts about him and these fucked up stories. Yeah.
I just like memorizing like
this
stuff about
is not highly
TV.
rated.
No, that's who that's the actor they probably got. So that's what they got when they wanted Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Like that's what they got, when realistically they probably like were expecting to get something closer to this guy.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, who's
I don't know why he's all
Yeah.
white like this. I think it's sunscreen. I know it is. It's sunscreen. So look how huge he is. And he's so the print. I've read the novel after I watched the movie, but essentially it's a doctor who's making like half animal, half human hybrids on an island. In the novel, he's using like surgical techniques to like modify an animal to become like a human-like beast, like to be able to like stand upright and speak and stuff. And here it's more genetic splicing, I believe, and some of the animal hybrids are very ugly. They're like dog face people, and he's like trying to break them of their animalistic ways by punishing them, like beating them and shocking them, and they're all afraid. And they all have they have almost like a cult like religion about the master says, and like, but then there's this other group who are like, especially there's this one girl, I can't think of the actress who plays her, but she's smoking fucking hot, but she's got like sharp teeth or something, and that's it. She's like the cat girl, and it's like, shit, this is a way better way to make animal human hybrids. Like make more cat girls and less dog boys.
Make more cat girls, less dog boys.
And but the premise is this guy shipwrecks onto this island, right? And they don't know what to do with him because all this is like top secret rich guy island secret shit. And so they're like, you'll stay with us. You'll come on with us. We'll take care of you. You know, your meals will be. And it's the novel is very scary because wandering the island at night with the animal human hybrids, and he catches one of them eating a rabbit. He's killed a rabbit and he's eating it and that's like one. There's like 10. There's this whole like 10 commandments of the master thing about like, thou shalt not runneth on 4 feet like the animal. Thou shalt not like shed the blood of another animal or consume. It's shit like that. And like the master, he goes back and rats him out. He's like, yeah, I saw fucking dog boy like eating a rabbit, or I thought I did. I don't know. What color dog boy? It's like, and now the dog boy's got to be fucking disciplined. And it's
now
like,
that's pretty cruel.
And he's like, wait, there are dog boys for real? What color dog boy?
He had a spot on his nose.
He was blue.
You son of a bitch, Alan, eating rabbits in the forest when I specifically told you not to.
Yeah. They have names absurd. Like that. It's like Timothy.
What a douchebag. He made a bunch of like morphing like freaks who are based on animals, who eat animals in the forest, and then he put them on like, you can't eat forest critters.
Yeah, they're and
I hope Marlon Brando's killed at the end by his own creations.
Brutally, yeah. I think
that
he's
seems like
by
the natural bit of it. Thank you for saying that. I don't want to watch this.
Like nobody's walking around with a chip on their shoulder.
TV guys seem to have a chip.
He definitely had a chip, and he also didn't like white people, and he didn't like me, and I think he was upset that I had such a little amount of time, and it was a lot of things compounding that guy. That guy just had a bad attitude too. He was always just in a bad mood. It seemed like he'd been in for 14, and he had 2 more, and he looked young. I was like, when did you start? I didn't ask him. I didn't give a fuck. He was I hated him. I hated that guy. He was
fuck that guy, making you watch the boring ass news about Montgomery. Who fucking cares?
I wanted everybody loves Raymond. I want to see what Ray was up to.
So why was that guy your nemesis?
Everybody would love Raymond.
He just wanted all the TVs on the fucking local news. We watched the news.
You kind of mentioned that he was grumpy all the time. Like I imagine there was a unspoken friction that you didn't let on about. Am I off target?
Like I slept through the time to pick up my laundry one day, and I went over. He ran the laundry, and I went over like an hour late, and I was like, "Hey, I slept through when everybody picked their laundry up. Can I get it now?" And it's like right back there behind him on a shelf, and he's like, "Nope, got to come in tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, what time? Same time as every time." Cool. All right.
Maybe you don't know.
Should have been like,
I'm not good
I'll
at times.
Fight you right now for my laundry.
It's like right back there, motherfucker. Just there were a few other things. Just always, just he and I did not get along. Always something. Oh, just always some little minor thing. Just having some issue with him.
And
there's this guy that's fucking with me all the time. Over there. And he's like, Raymond, you don't need to worry about that. I'll take care of any problem you have. Fucking big retard brother.
Yeah, I like that show. The overbearing mother, the whole thing. That was good.
The overbearing mother part was fun. But then I don't recall what the dad's name was. Like
Frank.
Yeah, Frank was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
He's and dead. The younger brother. Yeah, he's dead as can be. But he was also in he was in Secondhand Lions.
He was also,
I really liked that movie.
He was also in Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro.
I watched that probably 6 days ago.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Did you recognize the old man?
Yeah, and it was hilarious because it's like I looked it up on my phone and it's like this movie was filmed in 1974. He's still bald. Still bald and old as fuck. 74. Like 50 years ago.
The bald version of Bernie Sanders. Like, you just look like that from the start.
Yeah, it just always looks like that. That movie's
we will redistribute hair follicles on all men. It's not fair that these Italians and these Greeks have such thick hair. I know the rest of us are struggling.
Kyle wants to say something.
I was just going to say I love Taxi Driver. I like when that in the very beginning when that guy gets a ride in his taxi and he's like, just park right here. Just let the meter run. Yeah. He's like, all right. He's like, you see that apartment building right there? You see that window? I won't say what he said. There's a black in there and he's fucking my wife. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, huh? He's fucking her with his big black dick. Huh? What do you think about that? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. De Niro's just like not wanting to get involved. He's like, you know what I think? I think about what a 44 Magnum would do to her face. You ever see that? It'd blow a face apart, destroy it. What do you think it'd do to a pussy? And De Niro's just like, I don't know. You sure you want the meter to run? Yeah, run it. He's just like
that was funny because De Niro's character is just like, yeah, I mean, like, I understand you're upset. And like,
what's the plot of that movie? I remember De Niro wants a job that works a lot of hours.
De Niro is a taxi driver. He wants as many hours as he can get because he's gone basically insane. He lives all alone. He's crazy. He falls in love with this woman that he sees on the street. She works for a political campaign. He becomes fascinated with her. He asks her out on a date. He takes her on the date to a porn theater. She gets totally offended and like disgusted. It's something that he did. He would go watch it like as like a viewer. He's just like watching it like it's a movie or something.
Wasn't even beaten off.
She's disgusted, runs out of the place. He can't understand why she doesn't like him. Travis Bickle was the character's name, I think. And so he sort of like and at the same time, he's also become acquainted with a 14-year-old prostitute played by Jodie Foster.
So far, De Niro sounds great.
And so De Niro,
cool.
De Niro starts snapping and losing his mind. He goes and purchases weapons. He ends up in this vigilante situation where he kills a guy who's robbing a gas station or a convenience store. And then at the end, he snaps. He's like, I'm going to kill that fucking politician that bitch that left me works for. That'll take care of all this. So he shaves his head into a mohawk, army jacket on, fucking loaded up with guns. A Secret Service guy is like, hey, man, how's it going? And he feels awkward. He feels like he's been found out. So he just walks away and he decides instead, I'm going to go free that 14-year-old prostitute that Harvey Keitel's character is her pimp. And he's like keeping her locked up in here and selling the 14-year-old to men. And De Niro goes on a rampage of vigilante justice that lasts about the last 10 minutes of the movie or so. And he's got 44 Magnum. He's got a little 25 automatic. He's got a 38 special. He's got 4 guns on him. One of them, he's taken, that arm on like a kitchen drawer where you've got like the mechanism that allows it to slide in and out. Mm-hmm. There's like an arm, or there's like a little metal plate, and then there's a metal plate on the drawer, and then there's a little wheel. A slide, yeah. He makes this arm brace that like attaches it to his forearm, and he puts the gun on the slide. So when he goes, the gun slides out of his sleeve and into his hand, and he just kills like 3 or 4 people.
A ton of people.
Uses his Bowie knife too. When he shoots the guy goes, no, and he shoots him with a 44 Magnum, and it blows like this much of his hand off. Like these 3 fingers and a bunch of the palm just goes. It's pretty hardcore. Excellent movie. One of my favorites. And De Niro's super young. He's like 24. something like that in that movie. Super lean, but too lean, honestly, like emaciated.
His head looks like if I weighed 160 pounds.
It absolutely does.
Fucking weird.
And he has these monologues because it's just him a lot of time. He's like, I spent too much time getting soft, laying around, eating fat on the hog. Gotta get hard. Gotta get mean. And he's so like a
Blue Chew comes in.
He's like holding his hand over the gas burner of his stove. Just, I don't know what kind of workout that is. You know,
I know. Wait, does that burn calories? Because it sounds easy.
That's called I want my fist to be sensitive tomorrow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good movie.
That dumbass shit that like they'll do in movies where it's like, yeah, I'm trying to train to be cool. That's why I'm like touching hot irons and shit. And it's like, well, maybe just like do a pull up or something like that. You know what I watched? So Kyle, that movie Vice that you said was pretty good with Christian Bale, it has him pretending to be as Dick Cheney.
I haven't seen that movie. I think what I said was his portrayal of Dick Cheney was excellent.
Oh, I misunderstood. I probably wouldn't have rented it if I didn't think that you recommended it because
it was not a Kyle pick.
That was not a Kyle pick, so it doesn't sully the Kyle pick. I've still got LA Confidential in my living room. Tremendous pick. Love that movie. But
you watched
this movie,
it,
I did watch it. I loved it.
Okay, good.
Vice.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
No, I watched it like right away when you sent it to me. I thought LA Confidential was fucking sick. But this movie Vice, have you guys noticed this trend that seems to be more new in films where if it is even vaguely complicated, like if there's anything to do, they will have like they did, I think in Wolf of Wall Street too, the worst part of Wolf of Wall Street, well, they'll have like cutaways where someone starts explaining to you how things work.
Yeah.
And they have this shit in Vice where it's like fucking Christian Bale killing it in his role. And he will just be carrying the story and everything's moving forward. And they'll say something retarded about like how bills are passed. And then there's a 4-minute expose where some retard, cheap Matt Damon, who I don't even dislike, the guy from Breaking Bad who kills that kid, like he starts being like, the way that bills are passed is blah, 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 blah. And then this has to happen. And something people don't know. And like just little aside, like retard level, like of course they're fucking Netflix shows. They're like the fucking Hollywood shows. So they got their little fucking lib opinions in there. They talk about how bad the Republicans are with the bad music. And then Obama comes on screen and they literally have like jubilation music. And it's like, I'm not even mad about that. I just am like, don't fucking treat me like a retard. Like let the movie tell the story and let me ascertain what I will from the film. Don't go to something very basic and it's like, and Dick Cheney really didn't get along with Donald Rumsfeld. And then someone goes on the side and is like, hey, in films now, we don't do subtext. I'm going to exposition my way through this because the director and the writers have such little respect for the viewer that they think that you can't even begin to understand this. Yeah,
the directors and the writers were forced to make those decisions. You know it.
I would hope so because you'd have to be a real fucking retard to think that shit is not jarring. It actively takes you out of the film. It takes you out of feeling that things are at stake. It reminds you that the people are playing a part, that they are acting. Stop it. Stop it. If you're too fucking stupid to follow a basic ass movie, then turn it off. This shit is not complicated. Stop having these fucking asides in movies.
I want to be able to watch all my movies while also surfing Reddit, and it takes a little expose to help me keep up.
I can play Age of Empires while I'm watching this shit because that's how fucking easy it is. I'm playing an in-depth RTS game with fucking 60 movements a minute. I'm working in economy. I'm working in military. I'm attacking 4 enemies at once, and I'm going, speed it up, idiots! At the TV. I fucking hate it. I absolutely. I'm so peeved by this trend. It is the worst.
Nowadays, though.
It's
like
the worst.
Opinions and context needs to be fed that heavily to your average consumer.
Yeah, that was not a Kyle pick, but I did see the scene. What I saw was I watch a lot of YouTube channels that'll break down a single scene from something to explain like acting or writing or whatever it may be. And I saw the scene where George Bush's character and Dick Cheney's character are sitting there discussing how the presidency and vice presidency would share power should Dick agree to take on the job. And he's like, and the vice president doesn't have any power. And then, he's sort of like, he's really carefully manipulating George Bush and into getting exactly what he wants. And what he wanted eventually turned out, just so we're all clear, I know some of y'all might be a little young, they set it up so they started a war with a country for no reason. And the same people who were blowing the country up were rebuilding it. Yep. So Dick Cheney's company, Halliburton, they rebuild countries after you blow countries up. Dick Cheney's other company, the U.S. fucking Air Force, they blow countries up. So it was this perfect cycle with $1 trillion floating right in the middle. And it went on for, I don't know, presidency or so.
Yeah, the old military industrial complex.
It made all so much money that Obama didn't stop. Good guy Obama strolled in there with his tan suit and was like, "This is terrible." Wait, how much money? Wait. No, you put too many zeros on there.
You're not understanding how much money we're
recount those zeros
we're making.
He had to ask twice if the amount of zeros were right when they said 1 trillion. Like they kept that fucking shit going for a long. Not the Halliburton thing and the no bid contracts per se, but the war went on.
Based on that scene, I understand why you thought like it could be good.
Yeah,
and like every time Christian Bale is on screen, tremendous. Yeah, I'm biased because he's like my favorite actor. I fucking love Christian Bale. I think he's
really
great.
good.
He's awesome. Like maybe
Joaquin Phoenix is winning me over. I'm a big Joaquin Phoenix.
I like him too. He's got
a new movie coming out. He's got a new thing coming out that looks ridiculous.
What's he? What is it?
Pull it up. It interested me a ton today, but I didn't have time to read it because I was trying to get my hideout built up.
Is it Joker 2?
No. That's a musical he's doing with Lady Gaga. That's going to be really interesting. They're gonna make Joker 2 a fucking musical. Yeah, I like musicals. Like I loved what was the one Sweeney Todd. I fucking love Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp and that hot ass Bellatrix Lestrange shit. Lady, what's it? The real actress's name's escaping me right now. But the one who plays Bellatrix Lestrange in the Harry Potter movies. I think she's super hot. She was also in Fight Club.
She is in all the Tim Burton movies. She's like she's a kind of like she's like a methed out Elaine.
Yeah. Helena Bonham Carter, that's her name.
That's who it is. I'm glad methed out Elaine got you there.
Yeah, it did. It really did. It really did. I got it before Zach can Google
Damon? It. Taylor, I need to get you on board. His name is
Fat Damon. Yeah.
Fat Damon. Fat Damon.
You know who Fat Damon's married to?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Kirsten Dunst. His co-star in that Netflix movie about the gay cowboys that everybody got all twisted up about.
Brokeback Mountain. I never saw that.
No, a new cowboy. It's a new gay cowboy movie. It's something something of the dog, Mountain of the Dog, Day of the Dog, something about a dog. It's really about how what it's really about is how like they're in this valley and the mountain's shadow looks like a dog on it. It doesn't matter, but what it's got Fat Damon in it, it's got Kirsten Dunst in it. And it's got Doctor Strange. He's in there. What Cumberbatch or whatever his name is. He's in there.
I think Fat Damon may be a better.
I'm not 100% sure.
Oh wait, no. Zach is mistaken. He's saying Matt Damon's wife is that person.
No. Fat Damon.
Yeah. Fat Damon is
AKA Meth Damon.
I'm going out on a limb. Fat Damon is a better actor than real Matt Damon.
What?
Absolutely. What is a role that Matt Damon absolutely killed it in, other than the fucking with Robin Williams?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, other than Good Will Hunting.
The Bourne movies, he's good in those. He shows a lot of. He has range. He shows emotion.
The Martian.
He goes from angsty guy who's in a. He goes from angsty guy in a hurry to angsty guy in a bigger hurry throughout the entire Bourne series.
No, I disagree.
The Martian, you didn't like that?
No, I thought The Martian was actually great. You're disproving my point. I
withdraw.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you. Zach, delete this part.
Matt Damon's a pretty good actor.
Ford versus Ferrari was pretty good, I thought.
I didn't see that.
But
Actually, wait, isn't he in Saving
Christian
Private
Bale
Ryan?
steals it.
Yeah,
Christian Bale steals
He's in
the
Saving
show
Private
in
Ryan.
Oh, he is.
Okay, I'm wrong. Yeah,
he's Private
not.
Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that was a stupid take.
Remember, it's that meme. It's that meme where he's going, "Ah!" and he's rocking back and
All
forth.
right. Zach deleted this part of the show. No one needs to hear that.
But to be fair, Matt Damon, very strong actor as well. Specifically in that
It's
Year
just
of
the
Dog.
black hole that is Ben Affleck next to him sometimes.
I get him
Must
confused
be
all the
deleting
time.
part of it because I will
All the
never
time.
back down on that. Ben Affleck is a terrible actor. He takes me out of all the scenes he's in. He's terrible. I don't like him.
His
I
back
want to
thing
come up with a
proves
good
the
Ben
point.
Affleck movie. And
You
I'm
can't.
So-
I thought
So
this
Ben
was
Affleck does The Town. Ben Affleck does a good job at
He's
playing.
terrible in it. The Town is good.
Jeremy Renner
the
steals
movie.
the fucking show. So, but he's good in it nonetheless. I think he's good in The Town. And The Town is a very, very good Boston gangster movie about bank robbers. And it's a machine guns in the street, shooting cops, wearing masks, like the kind of bank robbers who would like go in and shoot with like full force. It's good. It reminds me of Heat, but obviously not as good as Heat because nothing is as good as Heat. All right.
I've never
When they
seen Heat.
teach
I need to
when
watch
they
it.
teach special forces guys how to do combat reloads, you know what they show them? Do you think they show them like a video of some special forces motherfucker being like, "My name's Delta Force Commando Pete, and this is how you do a combat reload"? No, they show him Val Kilmer in Heat reloading his M4 while he's laying the fucking law down in the streets of LA or wherever they are. I don't remember where it was based. Heat is a great bank robber movie. It might be the best bank robber movie. Yeah, it is.
I
Heat's
agree.
amazing. Heat's good. I watch stuff about movies, and I like Travolta. I love young Travolta. He looks great in that movie. He's
It's Travolta's best movie.
Travolta's best movie. Pulp Fiction was his resurgence.
Okay.
That was him coming back and like reestablishing himself after years of being on a real downswing. A lot of people like Urban Cowboy. That's when he's in his like physical attractiveness prime, I think. Grease is right there too. It's probably 4 or 5 years prior, but I mean, he did so much cheesy schlock. Like if you look at like Face Off with Nicolas Cage, where they
Broken Arrow.
swap faces. Broken Arrow was the next one I was going to mention.
I like that movie more than other people, I think. I enjoyed that. Christian Bale, is that his name? Christian Bateman? Christian Bale, I think.
No,
No?
Which
no,
movie?
it's Christian Slater.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
a guy who always looks very squinty-eyed, like he's trying to focus on you.
Yeah,
Very.
that's Christian Slater, who I like more than I should. But yeah, that's an okay little action film. I'm probably not remembering some of his better stuff. He made a movie like last year, I think, where he's a mentally retarded man who's obsessed with this like Hollywood actor, and he's like, there's this part where like it's low budget and he's got a wig on because he's been bald for many years, and he's wearing this retard wig that's like awful. And there's this part where he's like having like a little rant, like all alone, and he's like, blah blah blah, say something, say something stupid. And like it's clear that he was like, they were just rolling, right? They're just keeping the camera going on him, and he's trying to like say things.
Trying to think of something stupid to say.
He was literally trying to think of something stupid to say, but they left in a part where he's like, say something stupid. And like he's trying to like pump himself up to like say stupid things. And in his mind, there are professional filmmakers at work here. They're gonna take this.
Oh, I like how Game of Thrones ended.
Yeah, it's like roll on me for 10 minutes. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit and freak out. Edit it down to like 8 seconds of the best part, and like you'll have like a real good performance. It is one of the worst films ever fucking made.
And what is it called?
Shit.
But if
Google
I just put in Christian
John
Slater-
Travolta retarded movie.
John
You'll get
Travolta
it. There's a part So I'm going to spoil it because no one should ever watch this movie.
Oh, he looks hilarious.
Yeah, he looks hilarious.
God.
His character's name is Moose, I think. So like he's obsessed with this Hollywood actor, this fictional Hollywood actor. He goes to the guy's book signing, and they do that thing where the guy's like all out of time and not going to sign John Travolta's shit. And John Travolta's like following him outside. He's like, I have all of your VHSs and I have them on DVD and Blu-ray as well. And I have this and that. And he's like, buddy, like I said inside, we're all fucking done here. All right. You want to get fucked up? And he's like, no, sir. No, please don't fuck me up. Like at the very end, John Travolta goes to the guy's house, accidentally kills his maid, like literally like gets in like a struggle with her outside because he's trespassing, and kills her. Like she falls, hits her head on a fountain, and like boom, dead. And then he like sneaks into the guy's house, knocks him out, ties him to the bed. And so the actor's tied to a bed in a dark bedroom, and he's like, "The fuck is going on?"
I think I'm watching that scene right now.
John Travolta walks in wearing a hockey mask with a knife, and the guy's like, "Oh god, oh god, oh god!" And he goes, "Ah!" And it's a fake knife. It's a movie prop knife, and he like pops the mask up. He's like, "Oh, I got you. That was a good performance, huh? I scared you real good." And he's like, "Yeah, man, that was a good one." He's like, "Hey, untie me and I'll sign anything you want. You know, I got some limited edition memorabilia in the back. We'll wheel it out." So John Travolta is retarded. So of course he believes this little ruse and unties the guy. The guy like reaches above the bed, like into blackness. Like he just goes, like, imagine you're looking at me right now and I just do this and come back with a gun. like gun.
Stupid.
And he blows like half of John Travolta's hand off or something like that. And then they get into a fight, and he's got a real knife now. And there's a part where John Travolta's on his back and he stabs John Travolta's eye out. And so now John Travolta is like missing finger or two, and his eye is gouged out. And the guy just opens the door like he's letting a prostitute out. And John Travolta walks out in shame. Then the murder of the maid gets blamed on the actor, and that's the end of the movie. It is outrageously bad. One of the worst movies ever made. Because what you have to consider is like you have competent people with decent funding making this.
Does John Travolta does he have friends throughout the movie? Like
he has one friend. It's a young girl who
lets him walk around with that haircut.
She does. Not only that, but she's like helping him find the celebrities. He's like, "How do you find where celebrities live?" And she's just like, "Well, he's one of these star maps, silly. That's how we know where they live. But don't go getting into trouble." And it's like, you just gave a retarded man a treasure map to a fucking celebrity's house that he's obsessed with. What do you think's gonna happen, you dumbass?
Wait, he's gonna get his fingers blown off.
He's gonna go fucking like. There's this part where the celebrity's asleep in his easy chair in his living room, and John Travolta's like in the room with him, like touching his face and like sniffing him.
He sneaks in and he has a camera and he goes to the celebrity and he gives the celebrity a kiss on top of the head while he's taking a picture of himself. And he's posting those to social media. Like he's tweeting that shit out. Yeah. Which makes no sense because like you don't have to be any kind of celebrity. Like look, if I snuck into Woody's house, kissed him on the top of the head while he was asleep, took a picture, and then tweeted it out, he would know about it 10 minutes from then. He would know about it as soon as he awoke. He would have messages. This guy is supposed to be like, I don't know, like a Tom Cruise level actor or something like that. People are going to be ringing his phone off the fucking hook if a retarded man is taking pictures of kissing him in the top of the head while he's clearly unconscious. How many followers or friends or whatever does this guy have? It just could be in the ether somewhere.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter though. Like take a guy who has like one follower or like 5 and have him tweet a picture of him kissing Tom Cruise on the head, like in Tom Cruise's house when Tom Cruise is clearly unconscious. It's going to get to Tom Cruise within an hour.
Okay, that's
like somewhat. Yeah. The Scientology people are going to be fucking ringing his phone off. They're going to show up. They're not even going to bother calling. They're on the way. It's just an absurd film. It's awful.
So you don't recommend it?
That might be John Travolta's worst film, and that is saying something.
He's been in some real stinkers.
Well, like and he doesn't have an excuse really for being in the stinkers. Like
yeah, he's rich.
He's fairly wealthy. You know, he's that guy who he owns his own 747, I believe. He flies it himself. Like he has like an airport essentially at his house with like multiple aircraft. He had some kind of a tragedy last year where I don't know if his wife died or his child died or maybe both. I think his wife died of like cancer, and then the next year maybe his child died tragically in some way. I don't recall the exact details. Like maybe
his wife died this past year.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for him. And then of course he had that whole thing where he was groping those men that came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Did that ever go anywhere?
Right up their thigh, I'm told.
But the people doing the nutsack rubbing, did they get paid out or anything, or maybe
yeah, probably, but nothing publicly really happened. There were no real ramifications. I think that's the only way you can like Me Too somebody and not get in trouble is if it's an adult man who is not in like a position of where he doesn't have power. Then you can still get away with it. If he had groped a female masseuse or a black masseuse, maybe but he groped like an adult white man who was just like, fucking John Travolta's always grabbing my balls when I'm giving him a rub down. I'm kind of tired of this. And they're like, down with the patriarchy, get out of here, you masseuse. And nobody seemed to care.
Yeah. Well, I certainly didn't.
Didn't care a bit. I think that, look, I like Pulp Fiction, and he did make a decent movie like a handful of years ago, From Paris with Love. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
From Paris with Love. I can't remember the names of the rest of the actors, but the guy who plays opposite John Travolta is decent. Essentially, you got like some sort of like ambassador's aide in France. He's like the U.S. ambassador's aide, and he ends up on like a secret spy mission accompanying John Travolta, who's like a U.S. government agent who's been sent in to fix some shit. And it's pretty fucking good. Like John Travolta's character is so over the top that he's kind of cool. He's like, he's just having this huge argument they're coming through customs with his like Bang energy drinks or whatever they're called. They had some kind of ridiculous name. And finally, like they get them through customs. And the guy's like, why are you so obsessed with this fucking energy drinks? I could have got you an espresso or, some local shit. And he's like, I don't give a fuck about these energy drinks, man. And he like unscrews them, and he's got pieces of a gun that he's slowly putting together like in the car. And he's like, I have guns. He's like, yeah, but me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. He's like got cool little quips throughout the movie like that. And he's just kind of a badass who just gets in.
Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, the gun's got a name. Yeah, the gun's got a name.
Mrs. Jones.
Well, it's a reference.
Me and Agatha really like to tear
Agatha's
it up.
better.
Yeah, Agatha is better. That sounds like a witch.
Yeah, but there's not a song about me and Mrs. Jones and how we got a thing going on.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
There's lots of songs written about women named Agatha.
Well, in any case, it's a good movie. He even he rolls out the old Royale with cheese kind of thing because they're in France, and he's like someone walks up like very like spy like sort of like walks up with a bag and puts it next to him, and the other guy's like, what's that? And he's like, this is a little something they call around here, they call this a Royale with cheese. It's like he was just having a burger delivered.
Kyle, do you think the Harry Potter movies are better? Would you give
the fact that there's 8 of them is kind of a, now if we go pound for pound, I think that it's hard to compete with the pile of Oscars, like 30 Oscars or some shit, whatever it is. But so no, I don't. But I think the Harry Potter movies do an amazing job at adapting those books, which I also love. Like I love the books and I love the movies. There are parts in the movies where it's like I love that they skip over a lot of the Quidditch, for example. You don't need it. You don't need his like
couldn't care less about
sports life.
Yeah, I think they tell you he's a sports star in this school. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, there's some plot points that sort of circle around it, but they do a really good job of condensing some very thick books into those 2.5-hour movies. I like those a lot. I'm looking forward to the new TV show for that. I think it's been long enough, and I don't think that's one where you necessarily only ever get to have one Harry Potter. Like, you can have another Harry Potter. I think it's good. Whoever tries to step into like Iron Man's shoes, I think they're going to have a rough time of it. I saw the new James Bond. New James Bond is, you would know. Zach will have to pull up a picture of him. But the new James Bond is that guy from the Marvel movie Age of Ultron. He's like the speed guy. He's Scarlet Witch's brother.
Oh, yeah.
The Russian twins.
Yep.
I think that guy's the new James Bond. They finally picked one. I thought they were going to go with a black guy or a girl or something like that this time around, but I guess they stuck with good-looking white guy.
I do feel like James Bond's supposed to be a good-looking white guy. I could do a good-looking black guy, but I don't think I could do a girl. It's supposed to be James Bond. Are they going to make it Jane Bond? Like,
yeah, you should be a white.
It's
English
Jamie Bond.
Aaron
Taylor Johnson. Yeah, that guy. I don't really remember his performance super well. I remember I liked his character.
Going to be the new one.
Yeah, it's new James Bond.
All right, well, maybe a little haircut.
Yeah, I think that
you want James Bond to have a nice, clean haircut.
You want him to shave? Maybe put on a suit on?
I agree with Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm really stuck in. I know who James Bond is. He's been the same guy since before I was born. Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slick, suave British gentleman who's good at everything.
Good, like clean cut hair. I'm sure this guy will be good. Well, let's get the haircut.
Have they always been British? The actors, I mean.
I believe so.
Well,
right?
Is Scottish British?
I mean, close enough. But don't tell them that. They would hate that.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, because I'd also be okay with any nationality as long as they could do the British accent, because the reverse happens, like where House gets hired, that guy's British.
Mm-hmm.
The goddamn British actors crush American accents. I can't tell.
Tom Hardy's the same way. He's there's a lot of actors who are Australian as well, and you just don't even, they just turn it off. Kim Basinger. No, not Kim Basinger. Nicole Kidman. That's what I mean. I always thought Mel Gibson was Australian, and he did grow up in Australia, but he's American by birth. I think he was born here and moved there when he was 2 and lived there until he was like 11 or 12, which I had to live there longer because he did Australian movies. Mad Max was an Australian.
He's got a little accent. Like
if you watch Mad Max, he's full on Crocodile Dundee mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he putting that on, or just talk like that then?
I thought it was just his native natural accent that he had.
I mean, you're going to sound like wherever you lived in your formative years. So, like, if you lived in America,
it's a movie made in Australia, starring Australians, so it only makes sense. The Gasoline Wars.
I watched the Tom Hardy movie last night. It was The Drop. It was on Amazon. It caught my eye because I guess it's James Gandolfini's last movie, where basically a mob movie where they, Tom Hardy works at a bar that they use as a random drop spot for gambling cash every so often, and it was all right. It was pretty good. James Gandolfini, it's a shame he died because he was great.
Yeah, he wasn't in a ton of things. He's in True Romance. He's like an enforcer, hitman type guy in that. He beats the shit out of Patricia Arquette.
I haven't seen that.
I think it's written by Quentin Tarantino. It's a good movie. It's Patricia Arquette and
is he thinner?
It's the who?
Soprano.
It not significantly thinner, but like season 1 Tony, maybe around that time.
That guy can't beat anyone up.
Oh, come on. He's a big boy. You don't want to mess with Tony Soprano.
He's a big boy. True.
He'd give you the gabagool.
Please, I think you walk backwards down the driveway while he chases you when he's out of cardio.
What I do to you? He's just trying to work as a garbage management consultant.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't suspend my disbelief that a really fat guy can be a great enforcer any more than a girl could.
But he's got those big, beefy wop hands. Perfect for punching.
How big is he? You're really
Hang
focused
on,
on the size.
he's 6'1".
I think he's like 6'6"
Hang on.
Oh,
or something.
6'1". That's ginormous. You never see guys like that in the wild. 6'1"? Oh, I take it all back. I didn't know he was 6'1".
All right, hang on.
He's got those big shirts on.
fucking Shaquille O'Neal over there.
Was he ever not fat?
It skipped to like a minute and 25 seconds in this. This is him from the movie I'm talking about. Keep in mind, he's only got to scare a woman. You know, it doesn't need to be a giant guy. He's roughing up Patricia Arquette, not fucking Muhammad Ali or something. This is the movie, Taylor, where they're torturing the guy, and to make them not torture him anymore, he makes them mad, so they'll kill him. He's like, "You're Sicilian, huh? Yeah. You know, the Moors, they invaded Sicily, and they raped the Sicilian women. You know, where the Moors were, they were blacks." He like goes down that whole line until he's calling them the N-word.
Yeah.
You're an eggplant. An eggplant. That's the movie. They're torturing him because they want to know where she is. As Gandolfini's roughing the lady up.
I watched it.
Intimidating.
Sucker punches a 115-pound woman. I believe
he loses
that
the fight
could do
too.
that.
Yeah, he loses that fight. Yeah.
To the girl?
Yeah, I think she ends up hitting him in the head with like the toilet lid or something like that. You know, that ceramic thing on the, not ceramic, porcelain thing on the very top, the lid. I think she clocks him with that at some point. I hadn't seen the movie in 10 years, but I'm not sure. And then maybe
Zach
she gets
looked it up.
shot. I think she gets his gun.
He's over 6 foot, but not the full 6'1". This guy is just so big. He's clearly Hollywood's hitman.
All right, what about in the submarine movie with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman? You ever seen that one?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
So here's the premise very quickly. Basically, nuclear submarine gets the launch codes. They're like, launch, but then it gets cut off. And it's like, whoa, we didn't get confirmation. This is ICBMs. We're about to destroy a continent. We need confirmation. Gene Hackman's the captain. He says, launch anyway. XO, I need you to co-sign, turn the key. Denzel's the XO commander. He's no, we need confirmation. But there's James Gandolfini fucking in the background behind Gene Hackman. He's like third in command or some shit. He's ready to whoop Denzel's ass and take over. And they do. They like take the boat and they're trying to launch the missiles, and Denzel's trying to rally the good members of the crew and not launch the missiles. It's a fun little aboard of a submarine action movie.
Fun romp.
Denzel Washington kicks Tony Soprano's ass.
He kicks everybody's ass. Denzel's a pretty tough customer himself.
Yeah, well, good to remember they are all actors. They are probably not.
That's right. None of them can fight.
Some of them can.
They can dance and sing, though.
They were fruity little theater kids.
Not all of them. Some of
you
like
made fun of them in high school
until
you learned they got more pussy than you did. That's the theater kid mantra.
What actor do you not think you could beat up? Who's traditionally a
probably The Rock.
You know who I think might be tougher than gets credit for? Keanu Reeves often learns actual skills to do his roles, so he might fight well. Patrick Swayze, I could take him now, but not in his prime. Yeah.
Keanu knows jujitsu a bit.
I thought you were talking about Patrick Stewart, and I'm like, that guy?
He's gonna put that Vulcan nerve pinch on you. Shit
out of that guy.
I could take Patrick Stewart. I don't mean to flex, but
why are you beating me?
Please, I'm straight. Yes.
David Bautista and fucking Conor McGregor, I guess, is an actor.
Yeah,
Stallone.
none of those sports stars turned actors.
But we want to do regular ones.
Yeah, we want to talk about regular actors. I feel like Danny Trejo's a pretty close, good one, because he was a criminal. He was a fucking criminal, like a scary guy, and he just is scary.
I agree.
I think they hired him to teach somebody to box on a movie one time. That's kind of how he got into the business. Oh, I always thought Tom Hardy. Seagal.
Is he tall?
I think he's about average, about 6 feet flat. Steven Seagal is an enormous human being and is a piece of shit. So I think he would beat me to death if he wanted to in his prime. Probably really? I think today I wouldn't want him on top of me. I might not know how to get him off me. He might kill me today. He's so big and fat. He's 6'4" or something, probably 320 pounds. I don't know if I can get up under him.
No, I think cardio is so important that he'll lose everything.
I wouldn't want to contend with Steven Seagal at any point. He's just a giant.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I legit think I hate it when people like hop on the microphone and act like they could beat
I can climb Mount Everest. I know where you're coming from.
Okay, thank you. But I legit think I could beat up Steven Seagal and it wouldn't be hard. That fat piece of shit would lose his balance in a heartbeat. That I swear, if I run 19 feet, he's winded. Like, I don't think Steven Seagal has any fighting talent whatsoever. And his Aikido martial art is not real. It is filled with people who are willing participants. Who you tug on their wrist and they roll 3 rooms over. Like, it is silly.
Participants, pretty soon you'll be a dead man. I'm going to take you to the bank, Mr. Woodward.
Please do. My God.
Bank.
Steven Seagal has nothing.
That's a Steven Seagal line.
You think you could take
so
Jesse
hard.
the Body Ventura?
In his prime?
Yeah, when he was a Navy SEAL.
We can't pick old retired men either. I feel like that's cheating as well. Jesse Ventura in his prime is a lethal killing machine. He's a professional athlete who's like 6'6", maybe. I think he's one of those really big fuckers. Maybe he's
Jesse
6'5", 6'6".
Ventura now. Well, I need to see him. My best ever against his best ever. Jesse kills me.
Yeah, Jesse was enormous back in the day, and I think he did a lot of steroids too.
That was never proven.
Yeah, I think I could beat up most of the like regular people actors, like Hugh Grant. Come on,
fuck that bitch up.
I could think of an actor smaller than me who'd beat me, Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, well he's got
which Jackie Chan? Like what movie? Rush Hour Jackie Chan?
All the ones where he's under 40. I don't know.
I think that's why I say Rush Hour Jackie Chan. You know how they age over there. That dude's like 100 or something.
Like
he looks older now, but
I wouldn't want to fight the Jackie Chan who was in those Hong Kong movies, like getting beer bottles thrown at him and shit when he was jumping off buses and getting. There's one where he gets ran over by a hovercraft. Like one of those giant hovercrafts.
I wonder if that's rough.
Probably not, but it was a cool stunt to see.
Yeah.
You know,
the stunt that so many people have done that's crazy is laying under a train.
Oh, yeah. Who knows what the undercarriage might look like and how it might be not so uniform.
You're really
maybe this train's a little different
state
on the
of repair.
bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little rope hung underneath it, like some string, just enough string to snatch you and pull your arm up enough that something else grabs your arm and that jerks your arm off. Like it's a train.
Everything about a train is built heavy and strong. There are no plastic parts on a train.
No.
Well, there probably are, but not many.
None that you're going to hit if you're under a train. You get
that
shredded.
Shit is all built to last. And
I couldn't beat up a train.
No, train's going to win every time. I've seen those videos from India. Those guys get fucked up.